not so much, and your opponent will kill it.
I think the amount of guns on it and how many shots they can put out makes it a bigger target than it otherwise would be.
So 12 points, fair to middling, but you know, I don't use it as much, but I sometimes use it the odd time.
You don't use it at all?
Not anymore, not anymore.
You converted it to something else?
Well, I drilled 2 holes in the side so I could use the big anti-air version.
Well, there you are then.
I'll bring it out the odd time for the odd scenario mission. This one again, I know we're going back on Armour 3 vehicles, but the Stummel is one of those where it'll pump out a lot of your shots, but if it goes down, we did tell you Armour 3 vehicles are very weak.
Yeah, we spent about 10 minutes telling them how crap Armour 3 vehicles are, and now you're just going to tell them how good 2 Armour 3 vehicles are.
Well, I'm going to tell...
Are you a politician? This man is not for turning.
I'm sorry, I don't recollect the last 10 minutes.
No, I bet you don't.
So, we'll come on to hands. Pretty cheap. Armour 7, 7 points.
Yeah, you wish.
Yeah. It's got Scout, its weapon's a grenade weapon, but it has to reload. So, it can march first time it comes on, and then fire if it wants perhaps, or move. So 2 move, 4 march, 3 armour, 5 health, so if it gets shot it'll probably die to anything. Range of 4 for its paired Panzerwerfer. First front weapon, it werfs panzers apparently. It's double blast against all infantry, doing 1 damage. Instant death for up to Armour 3 vehicles, using 3 dice. Well, 3 dice against anything up to Armour 6 vehicles, 2 dice against Armour 7, 6 damage on Armour 4, 5 damage on Armour 5 and 6, and 4 damage on Armour 7.
I tell you what, its lack of range will cripple it. It's only got 4 range.
Yeah. It's a good job it's got Scout, otherwise it would be completely pointless.
It'll die before it gets anywhere near where it wants to be. I guarantee you that.
I think Scout is the main reason I picked it, otherwise there'd be no point to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Scout means you can potentially move 6 for the first turn and then move 2 for your next turn, possibly getting where you want it.
I still say it'll get eaten.
It will get eaten, but it'll possibly... I reckon it'll do something before it will.
Well, I don't know. There's just so many things that got a bigger range than 4. You know, I don't know.
We'll now come on to a proper armour vehicle. The Wotan AR. There's a Wotan which is slightly cheaper, less health, but I like this version. It's 21 points, so the Wotan's 20 points, so for that extra 1 point, might as well spend it. People say I'm going to spend a penny. Axis players, I'm going to spend a point. I'm going for extra armour. Got laser weapons on it, so if you keep succeeding to hit, you keep rolling. Move of 2, 4 march, 5 armour and 8 health, so pretty good so far. 16 range for the dual ZW laser Krakon. 6 dice against armour 1 and 2 infantry, 5 dice against armour 3 and 4, 14 dice against armour 1 vehicles, and then going all the way down to 7 dice against armour 7 vehicles.
8 dice against armour
7. 8 dice. And then it's got a turret, MG, not bad against vehicles. This potentially could kill a lot of vehicles.
Well, basically, if you're firing that against infantry, it's a waste of its job.
Yeah. Against medium and sort of like anything from armour 4 to armour 6 vehicles, not bad. Maybe against armour 7 you're really pushing it, but considering it's a laser, how much damage it could possibly do is infinite really. It's not cheap, but it only takes up 1 square, so you can get cover on it. The thing is with the Axis medium and light walkers is you need to get them in position, and when you do they will do a fair bit of damage. It's not like the allied ones where they've got turrets and they can do some damage.
Turrets are awesome.
And they're armour 4s, so they'll take a lot of damage but might have a bit left. And they're not like the SSU ones where they're weak but they've got damage resilience and they're fast. So coming on to some of the heavier vehicles, chose me 2 favourites. Come on first to the Kongsluthor. Pretty straightforward vehicle, 20 points. 2 move, 3 march, 7 armour, 10 health.
Guns bigger than it is.
Yeah. 18-inch ranged. Dual 12.8 FPK ZW guns, front mounted. Blast against infantry. 2 damage, 2 dice against everything. Instant death against armour up to armour 4. 6 damage against 5 and 6, and 5 damage against armour 7, and then a twin MG 44Z like the Stummel and the Panzers rip through infantry. It's better at an anti-tank vehicle than infantry, but again can really hurt infantry. It does what it says on the tin. If you speak German, it just stands somewhere, moves a little bit, possibly, and shoots.
It's kind of like that one of mine.
Yeah.
The 2 big guns that the one I've got. I forget what its name is.
Yours can take passengers, if I remember.
But I probably never will.
But yours has also got more anti-infantry weapons on it as well.
Yeah, it's got about 6 more machine guns
Yeah.
than mine.
Don't take up as much space, only takes up 2 squares. That's the main thing about the
Yeah, mine takes
Axis
up 4
vehicles.
squares.
The Axis heavy vehicles takes up 2, the Allied ones take up 4. On to the other, the Sturmkron. Slightly more expensive, it's 22 points. Advanced reactive fire, can attempt reactive attack on anything up to range 6, counting shields as successes when rolling for a number of actions. Does not apply to units joined was a vehicle. 2 move, 3 march, armor 6, so slightly weaker, with only 8 health as well, so fairly standard. It's got a quad, 8.8 cm flat guns, double blast against infantry, 18-inch range, 4 dice against everything. You could say it's slightly better than the Kongsluthor because it gets more dice, but does less damage overall.
Only instant kills armor 3.
And it's got less armour and less health. So
But you are rolling more dice though.
Yeah.
Against armor 7 and oh no you're not. Sorry, I'll look at the flyers.
Yeah, you can actually hurt fly with these. 4 dice against anything up to armour 4 infantry, 3 dice against armour 5, 2 dice against armour 6 and 7, instant death against armour 3, 5 damage against armour 4, 4 damage against armour 5 and 6, and 3 damage against armour 7 vehicles. 4 dice, 4 damage against armour 1 planes, 3 dice, 4 damage against armour 2, and 2 dice, 3 damage against armour 3 planes. It's pretty good. It's pretty good when it works, and it'll usually work for you. But if you want something that's just direct damage, useful for smashing tanks and a little bit of anti-infantry, Kongsluthor, I reckon, will get you a bit better. So coming on to the aircraft, the Axis have got 4, but I've only picked 2 because these are, well, okay, there's really just one really you go for. There's the Adler that's got 2 missiles, but once they're gone, it's just infantry. So you might as well just have the Blitz. It is 8 points more at 25 points, but it's got lasers, so it'll do a fair bit of damage if you roll enough dice, which in fairness you will do. 12 move, 24 march, 2 armour, 6 stealth, so as a flyer, not bad. You just got to watch out for the MGs and whatnot.
Yeah, because they can shoot you down.
5 dice going down to 3 dice against infantry. 10 dice going down to 4 dice against all vehicles, and then it's got 4 20mm MGs. Not bad against, not bad at all against infantry. Pretty worthless against vehicles. I'd only go for this one because you are doing more damage overall against pretty much anything really.
Yeah, at least your flyers look better than mine.
I've got one which I probably use more as the Blitz, but we'll see. I haven't used it yet, but we'll see. Finally, coming on to the heroes, we've got 3 of them. Well, I've got 3 that I've picked as my favourites. Firstly, coming on to Angela, the sniper. Always seems to go down pretty early. 4 points, so she's pretty cheap.
She's ridiculously cheap. No, she isn't pretty cheap. She is ridiculously cheap.
Camouflage. You have to take that as an action, but she comes camouflage to start with. If she moves, uses artillery observer or nothing action, she stays camouflage. Anything else, she has to become camouflaged again. Hits the first time on crosshairs as well as army symbols, and she keeps hitting on army symbols. And loner, can't go with a unit. Scout, she can march for the first time she activates. And sniper, a weapon, she chooses who she takes out. Move 2, march 4, 1 health, one armour, so, and 3 health, so that is a downside. If she gets shot, she's going to go down. Camouflage, if you're further than 3 squares away, then you can't see. The sniper rifle, good against infantry, worthless against vehicles, and then she's got a pistol which shoot it against infantry if you want, just cause. 4 damage against anything up to armour 3 infantry with the sniper rifle, and then 3 damage against armour 4. She's pretty good, she's really good, but you have to get where you want it, otherwise she's a waste. Even at 4 points you have to get where you want her.
Yeah.
Otherwise she will get shot or she's a waste. Next, coming on to Marcus, the number 3 experiment, which is a gorilla.
Is he the one that ate through most of my stuff that game?
The first time I used him, yeah.
Oh right, yeah. I hate him. Carry on.
9 points. Might seem well, it's actually pretty cheap for a hero. Just over double the points of Angela, really. Berserk. When in close combat, keep rolling army symbols to hit. Charge. When you march, can attack in close combat. Damage resilient means you get, when you take damage, for each point of damage you roll a dice, and then for army symbols you ignore that point of damage. And then gorilla, only gorillas can join gorillas, obviously. So only got 1 weapon, the panzer gloves. You sense the theme here.
Yeah.
3 move, 5 march, 2 armour, and 6 health.
Sense is tingling.
4 damage against everything, 2 dice against everything. It will mulch through things. Maybe not so much vehicles, but against infantry,
It's
kills.
just a beast. It just eats anything.
You could put him with either of the gorillas, but keeping him by himself, That's not really a bad idea. But if you do that, he is prone to get shot quite a bit.
And he will get shot quite a bit.
And he will get shot quite a bit.
He really will.
Last one of the ones I've picked is Laura. Pretty good, but pretty expensive. 18 points, so she's not cheap at all. Damage resilient, move and fire. So this is a misprint on here. It's after firing you get an extra move. It sort of says before or after. It's after moving you get an extra move. An officer so can do actions to do stuff. She's got 2 twin MGs, which is important because heroes can fire all weapons they've got. So she can fire double the number of shots an MG, so that's 24 against Armour 1 infantry, 22 against Armour 2, 16 against Armour 3, and 8 against Armour 4, and she's got 4 health.
A decent range of 6 as well.
Yeah. 2 move, 3 march, 3 armour. So